all moved pretty nicely. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for May 22nd, 2019. We got about 5 minutes here until the Qs and SPY close. Not much different. Looks like 0.22 there down on the SPY and down 0.31 on the Qs. We came into today with a bearish bias because of the hourly sell setup here. Started to come in this morning. We had the gap down, and then since then it's been sideways. So the bias is going to remain the same as yesterday, which is we're bearish. And then if we break over yesterday's high, that's 182.33 on the Qs, we will be neutral. And then on the SPY here, over yesterday's high would be let's see, 286.90 is that bar's high. So it looks like, yeah, 286.90 is what we're working with. If you came in today with a neutral bias, I would say that wasn't too far off either. Tried to go higher, tried to go lower, and going to close somewhere basically near the opening range. So not much going on the intraday for the Qs and SPY. We will be bearish until it takes out yesterday's high. Okay, so don't really need to go too much into that because same bias as yesterday. Okay, we've been talking a lot about scanning, what to focus on, and I thought, today was another good example of picking on the right things. Now we did need a couple tries on this PSTG to get this thing going. In the morning here, we initially played it off of this little bit of a 2-minute sell setup in here, and then went to trail it a little bit early, and we got trailed out on this pop. Okay, so we did lose a little bit on this, and then we got back in it. So once this came back in and broke 30, we got back in it and then held it pretty much until the end here. I think we closed it out just before the final hour here. So that initial entry was 1630 and our last exit was around 1565. So pretty nice follow through on the PSTG. Really patient with this. And that, I think, was the kind of big takeaway from today, was that if you were patient, we got in here, we took some here, and we took another piece here, and then we kind of just waited until the end of the day here on this PSTG. That the trends are following through. So if you pick on the right gaps, if you pick on the things that give you the nice setups here, right? So this PSTG was called twice. I called this twice. And then on the urban was also a call that I called at lunch here, and also took a bit to get going. Fortunately, we only took one try on this. We only needed one try. As it broke the lows here, was the entry under 75, and a stop was here at 25.10. Gave it a few cents there. You can see 08 gave it to 10, right? And we took half on this drop here. Wasn't much, and then we just took the rest on the next drop here. We ended up getting out above 24.20. You can see the low there was 24.06. So we got out 24.20 on that back half. Not too bad on that one. Was about a 35-cent stop. So we got about 50 cents, a little over 50 cents on the back half. So not a huge play, but not too bad either on the urban. And what I want to show you is on this urban, I mean, look at just the consistency here on this urban. When I show you this, you're going to think, well, this is really easy. I can hold these till the end of the day, right? If I just go bar by bar on these, if I just get in it early enough and just hold on to it, right? And that was the goal, right? And then the best one of all, which Sammy called in the morning, was the low, LOW. Yeah, really nice drop. Getting a bit of a bounce here. Pretty nice bounce there, but we were never bullish on this. We were bearish on this all day. I think the original entry was up here, so around like 101.50, I think, or 150. So that came in quite nice. And then SE was also a call from Sammy. If you're thinking, well, you only played things that were short, and those are the only things that we're going to follow through and continue to go all day. Yeah, this SE was called as a break of this space down here. after this buy setup. This was played also as long. So these were the calls today. So pretty nice follow through on all of them. The PSTG, I think, was the only one that needed 2 tries. Everything else got going. You didn't have to mess around with it until it was nicely in profit. So this was the only one. I kind of messed up here just in getting us out a little bit early. It said to 65. It went to 68. Definitely trailed, got me out as well. But we had to get back in, and that more than made up for it. And then this Urban was also a nice kind of solid little winner there as well. So all of these reported earnings. So, that's what I've been trying to kind of clue you into, that when this market is going to do stuff like this, right? This is what we're anticipating, that the Qs and SPY is going to start to get really quiet and wait for some kind of news event maybe to move it. I mean, right, the range is set early on, and then the market just goes sideways, right? That when that's the case, you really have to try to find that needle in a haystack, right? These that are just going to move all day and potentially close at the very lows on a short or close at the very highs on a long, right? So that's what we want to focus on. Okay, so hopefully you did well today. If not, we'll be back at it tomorrow and see what the market brings us. All right, I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good evening.